During the several decades The Simpsons has been on the air, Homer Simpson has nearly died about 36 times and yet continues to live. Whilst most people would chalk this up to The Simpsons being a cartoon, series creator Matt Groening has a much darker theory, that God finds Homer Simpson's pain funny and refuses to let him die because of it.
Alright, so what is this theory?
I struggle to call it a theory because it's something proposed by the creator of The Simpsons and thus the de facto authority on all things in regards to the universe. But Matt Groening believes that within the context of the Simpsons universe, whenever Homer Simpson is in a situation where he might die, God himself will intervene to make sure that he doesn't. And Nisha, that does sound pretty stupid, right?
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like Matt Groening's just like making a joking excuse for why Homer Simpson can take the punishment that he does. But keep in mind that early episodes of The Simpsons did establish that the Alpha and the Omega exist within that universe and that Homer Simpson has personally conversed with him on numerous occasions. And that's something they've kind of shied away from in later seasons because The Simpsons are supposed to be the average dysfunctional American family. And the average American family now is not that religious, whereas back in the 90s, going to church on a Sunday was like the done thing for a lot of families. But yeah, those early seasons are still canon, and in those episodes, Homer meets God. And oddly enough, one of the episodes where Homer meets God is one of my favourite episodes of The Simpsons ever. That being the episode where Homer decides not to go to church, because there's so many moments in that one episode that are still fucking incredible. Like the first being just Homer lying in bed.
Yeah.
Just that image of him
that
in
meme.
bed. Like, I'm a big toasty cinnamon bun.
I'm just a big toasty cinnamon bun. I never want to leave this bed.
Another one of my favourite scenes being where he's walking through the garden in his dressing gown like a monk, talking to, I think it's Lisa or Bart, just espousing the benefits of his new religion of being irreligious.
Dad, can I ask you a question?
Sure, honey.
Why are you dedicating your life to blasphemy?
Don't worry, sweetheart. If I'm wrong, I'll recant on my deathbed.
And just all the birds land on, my animal friends. And it smash cuts to him in the shower, just covered in animals.
Hello, my animal friends. Peace be with you. Guys, please, could you give me 5 minutes?
And then you have the best moment of the episode where his house burns down and Ned Flanders breaks in, pushes the mattress out. I'm going to have to put my drink down. I might laugh too much and drop it because it kills me every time I think about it. And I don't think I can watch the episode anymore because I break down in tears when it happens. It's where he puts the mattress out of the window, says, "Dear Lord, guide Homer to the mattress straight and true," pushes him out the window and goes, "Buh!" and then bounces back through the window. And the reason it slays me every time is just the noise Homer makes, oh, and it gets me every time. Because it's such a pathetic noise. Oh. It's so fucking good.
Okay.
Oh, there's a moment that I always think about that makes me laugh. And I don't know why it makes me laugh so much. It's the episode where Homer can't swear. He's got the swearing jar.
Yes.
And he's trying to build a doghouse.
Oh, yeah.
And he steps on that nail and he goes, fiddle-dee-dee!
That will require a tetanus shot.
Fiddle-dee-dee. That will require a tetanus shot.
To bring it back to the Simpsons universe and God himself, there's even a fan theory that Homer Simpson is actually already dead, or in a coma. Because I believe it is that episode where right at the end of it, Homer asks God, what is the meaning of life? And God responds, "I'll tell you when you die." To which Homer responds, "I can't wait that long." And God responds, "You can't wait 6 months." And I believe around 6 months after that episode aired, it's the episode where Bart plays the joke on Homer with the really shaken up beer, which again has some amazing moments in it. And it's just April Fool, like the nuclear explosion of beer. And the fan theory posits that when Homer is in the coma in that episode, he stays in it. He never actually woke up. and every episode thereafter is all part of just a coma dream Homer's having, and that's why nobody ever ages. It's why they're like, you know, there's so many inconsistencies in the universe, and for people wondering, well, how do you explain modern pop culture references that weren't around in the time Homer went into his coma? That's explained by, like, you know, there's a TV in his room that his family is playing the TV for him, and he's hearing things from the TV and putting them into his dream. And it is a good theory, but there are a lot of holes in it. The main one being that it's a fan theory, whereas the one we're talking about today is one put forward by the creator of the universe. And ordinarily, we wouldn't make an entire video on a theory about a TV show, but because Matt Groening is the creator of the universe, I think his words carry a lot of weight. And even if he did say this in jest, like, you have to treat what he says as like gospel in regards to Simpsons. It's his fucking universe. And as such, I think it's something worth discussing on this channel called Fact Theme, because it is a fact that Matt Groening put this forward as an explanation for why Homer cannot die, despite the numerous things that happen to him throughout the series. Like, even just like, you know, base level things like, you know, just abusing his body with alcohol and fatty food for decades at this point.
Yeah.
Right, that's not even getting to like the other injuries he's had. And Nisha, do you have any like, you know, moments in your head that stick out as like, you know, an especially grievous injury Homer somehow walks off?
The ones I have in my mind are the extreme ones. You know, when he like falls down Springfield Gorge and stuff like that.
Yeah, he falls down it twice.
Yeah, when he
falls down it twice.
He slides out the ambulance.
Yeah. Even just like the fist fights he has in some episodes feature things that would kill a lesser man. Like the episode where he fights Bart's bigger brother, which I'm mentioning so we can put a clip in of somebody throwing starfish like a ninja star. He gets punched and then he falls completely backwards over a fire hydrant spine first.
This is even more painful than it looks.
And there are probably people out there right now thinking, this is a cartoon, you don't need to think about it this much. And I'd argue, no, you do, 'cause it's The Simpsons. It's so important to culture at this point that discussions like this need to happen. The thing about the explanation, though, is it actually paints the Simpsons universe as being a lot darker than it may necessarily appear at first glance. Because it establishes that, one, God exists in the Simpsons universe, but two, he's a cruel and mocking God. Because he finds amusement in Homer's agony and his pain, and presumably engineers situations where pain will befall him, such as making him fight like the heavyweight champion of the world or be attacked by 4 animals at once in the woods.
Get him off me! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Because that's like Matt Groening's theory is that God finds Homer's pain so amusing that he refuses to let him die so he can continue to watch the adventures that he has, like his own private sitcom, essentially. And that's bordering on Truman Show-esque, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
God is just engineering situations where Homer will have his shit wrecked for his own personal amusement. And yeah, I know this is a theory, but I think because it's a theory put forward by the creator of the universe, like, you have to take it a little bit more seriously, and fucking hell, does it make The Simpsons seem a whole lot more dire.